In this video, we're going to be looking at circles. What is a circle? What do we use them for? What's the difference between an open circle, a closed circle? Looking at the energetics, so we actually know what we're getting ourselves into when we sign up for these, and the things to look out for, the questions to ask before we involve ourselves and we merge our energies with others. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi and welcome back to Oaklaw Door. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you. So first of all, a circle. A circle can be anything. It's a group of people that sit in a circle that work together for a shared goal, shared aspiration, shared vision. And you will, within those circles, have somebody who is leading the group, guiding the group. And you will also have other members within that circle that are also space holders, depending on what the type of group is, what the work is being done, and the evaluation from the group guide, group leader, knowing what they can hold, the amount of energy that they can contain. A circle is a container of energy that is then directed. And so a circle can be a drumming circle, it can be a spiritual development circle, it can be learning intuition circle, it can be a healing circle, it can be a meditation circle. And as I said, it's a group of people with a shared goal. Now, the difference between an open circle and a closed circle is exactly as it says, is a closed circle. It's the same group of people that work together time after time after time, and that may be because they're working on themselves, they're assisting each other within that circle, within that container, or they are working together to create a bigger shift out in the collective. They're working together, they're combining their energies to create something for the collective. They get to know each other really, really deeply, and they get to trust each other. And the leader, the guide of that group will play to the strengths and the weaknesses of everybody, because you're getting to know each other on a very deep level. Initially, the leader, the guide of that group, will hold that space, and they will have you do activities so that you can start to really get to know each other on a deeper level, much more than that superficial acquaintance level. You get to really know each other physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And so you can really do a huge amount of magical work together when you get a circle, a closed circle that has deep resonance with each other, and they have a shared passion, a shared goal. They can create some monumental magic because they are combining their energies. It's a beautiful practice, and if you're ever invited into a circle of a passion of yours, then I would implore anybody to go along. It doesn't mean that you have to stay, but go along, see if you resonate with the people there. Be open to, but also be open to all the different aspects, all the different energies, all the things that you can learn and it helps you as well to build the confidence in what you can offer. So let's not negate that, because it's not just about learning, it's about what you can offer, what you can bring to the table. So even if you're new, as it were, I always, when it comes to spirituality, I'm always very cautious to say new, because it's what we're actually doing is it's not actually new most of the time. It's reopening that box of innate knowledge, of our innate soul knowledge. And so it's not new, but it's new to this lifetime. And that means that even if you're new, inverted brackets, because as I just said, we're not new to this, it means that you, even as a considered newbie, you can bring a lot to the table. You may not know the expanse of your soul growth, your expanse of soul knowledge from previous lifetimes, from previous learning. That doesn't negate the fact that you can still start to bring that energetically to the table. You can bring your guides, your ancestral team into the mix of that closed circle. We all have something to offer. We are all an intrinsic part of the web of life. Every single one of us has something to offer, even if we're not in a place, in a space that we yet recognize that. If you're invited in, it's because the leader has recognized that within you. They have made an assessment of you energetically and feel that you would be a good asset to the circle. Yes, is there stuff that you will need to learn? Absolutely. Yes, is there things that will probably take you out of your comfort zone? It certainly can. I know when I joined a mediumship circle, I was taken well out of my comfort zone, but it was the best thing. It gave me such progression, even though it made me uncomfortable. And I think this is what we need to be aware of. That is one thing I would actually say. Be honest with yourself. It's one thing being uncomfortable and being taken out of our comfort zone and pushing ourselves through that uncomfortability. It's another being in fear. If you're in fear, then step back. Discuss it with the leader, discuss what's going on there. It may be that you have a program, a belief system that isn't part of who you are, that still needs healing. Or it could be that there is somebody within that closed group that your energies really don't vibe with. And that's fine. Don't always think of them as good and bad. It's not. There is no. We walk through life and we make judgment calls through that polarity lens because it's helpful to do that for us. It helps us to make sense of the world. But it's not about good and bad. It's about whether you're vibing with them. And if you're not vibing with them, it's best to just pull away and then be introspective as to why you're not vibing with that person. Is it because they are at such a high vibration, they're bringing up all your demons? Is it because you're at a higher vibration even though you're new to this and you're feeling uncomfortable with the level of darkness that is within that circle from unhealed wounds? And that is not to say that somebody's a good person or a bad person. It's talking about where we are all at on our journey, where we are all at within that spectrum. An open circle, and an open circle, this is where you do need a lot more. You need confidence with open circles. You need to be confident in yourself, who you are, and you need to be confident with feeling into your energies, and you need to be confident that you trust the nudges that you get from your intuition, because an open circle is exactly what it says. It's open to all. It is your provider, your leader will do their best at creating a safe environment, but those groups are usually bigger. It's a much bigger container, and it's very difficult to create a solid container when you have people of unknown quantities, of unknown backgrounds, of unknown where they're at in life, coming in and out of the group. There is not a block on who comes in, and there's usually not a block on numbers. Some providers, good providers of open circles, will have a number, maximum number of people can attend, and once those spots are gone, and that is because they have looked into themselves, they have assessed what they can hold, and they know the people that are going to turn up regularly for that open circle that they can rely on, that are also going to hold that space. Usually with open circles, you've got the leader and some other people that they have a closed group with that have said, I will help you hold that space. Now, just because there's no maximum number doesn't mean it's a bad group. Please do not think that. When there is no maximum number, it can be the fact that they have enough space holders in that group to accommodate, which is why they don't put a maximum number on. Or it could be that the work that they're doing within that group is like taster sessions, is to get people started that aren't going to deep levels, that need lots of space holding and protection in place. And it's a really good indicator, and I've done this. I've gone to some circles. I've gone to a drumming circle, for instance, that I absolutely love, and then I went one time, and then I had the most wonderful time, and yet when it came to the next meeting, my guides were saying, no, don't go. And I was really peeved, and the ego in me was like, yeah, but I enjoy it, and it's a really nice way of getting out and meeting people and blah, 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 blah. And my guides were going, no. Now, that is not to say that there is anybody bad, inverted brackets, going to be attending that particular meeting. It could be, but it could also be about where I was, and in reflection, I was in a place where I was doing a lot of healing, and I was doing a lot of ascension work within myself. And so my guides didn't want me going to any open circles, because I needed to keep my energies very clear from other people's energies. And I also, which is another aspect that a lot of people don't take into consideration, I needed to keep my energies for myself. When we go to a circle, we are sharing our energies. Not only are we pulling in our energies, we're pushing out our energies. When you have a closed circle, as I said, you get to know people very deeply, and you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses, and when you're doing work, you hold space energetically, you work to your strengths. But when you've got an open circle, you don't know if there's somebody there that have just been diagnosed with a terminal illness. And as you open that circle, what we actually do is we circulate that energy. And so if you've got somebody that is there that is in desperate need of healing, but you're also on your healing journey, what will happen is you will come away feeling depleted, not because they have intentionally vampired that energy from you, but it's because they are in need of it. Now, and this is why it's important to listen and get out of the head and not be in the ego, because my spirit team knew that I needed my energy for myself, but they also know that I'm a healer. And so if I felt energetically that somebody was in need of an energy boost, then I would innately give it without a second thought. It doesn't even come into the conscious mind. My preset is to give that energy. And that was why I was being told to stay away. That was why my guides were saying no, not because there was anybody bad there was a vampire there. It wasn't that at all. It was the fact that I needed to reserve the energy for me, for what I was doing in that time. This is about discernment. It's about honoring ourselves. It's about getting out of the ego, learning to truly trust and listen to our guides. So I just wanted to make this quick video so that people understood, because when I first started out, I didn't understand about circles. I didn't understand what a closed circle was or an open circle was, and I certainly didn't understand what was happening within a circle energetically. And I would go along merrily to these groups, and sometimes I would come away bouncing and thinking, wow, that was brilliant, and other times I would come away and I would need to kind of almost sleep for 2 days because I was completely and utterly exhausted. That was part of my journey. That helped me learn about boundaries, my personal psychological mental boundaries, but also my energetic boundaries, how to set them, how to honor myself. It was part of my healing journey of self-love. I took the hard road. There are, like this video, learn a little bit, prepare yourself, make those choices, have that discernment for yourself. Sometimes we have to take that hard road. Sometimes we have to be uncomfortable to be able to learn. We all know that. We learn most when we make a mistake. That is human nature. That was definitely the path that I took when it came to circle work. Check in with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Even when you arrange to go to a circle, just check in with yourself. Get into the habit of going, okay, is it right for me to go this week? And listen to what your body tells you. And then explore afterwards. Don't argue with your body. Trust what your body, what your intuition is saying, but then explore your whys afterwards. And I can promise you that will give you monumental growth. So if you've liked the video, please press that like button. If you've not yet subscribed, then please press subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.